Hello, everybody. Hi. I know it's kind of late. As you can see, wow, that light is still really bad. As you can see, I'm a little bit disheveled. It's been a really long day. But I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come on. Hello. And, oh, my hair. Anyways, not here to talk about my hair. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to come on, and then I'm going to tell you guys all about what happened today. Sharon was kind enough to post about something that was not openly advertised outside of campus, is what the coordinator of the event told me on the phone when I called a couple of days ago. But she was kind enough to post about our Attorney General, Bob Ferguson, being at Eastern Washington University today in Cheney. She posted that a couple days ago. Thank you for posting that, Sharon. Oh, sorry. Random thought. I forgot one very critical thing for my video. But that's okay. We'll work around it. And so, myself and John Logue and Jeremiah and Darren, who's actually from that area, we all decided that we were going to attend because we were told it was open attendance, but seating was extremely limited. So, hi everybody. Hi guys. So, long story short, I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, got dressed, did my makeup for the first time in months. It looks a little disheveled now, but it's been on since 4 a.m. So, hey, not too bad. But anyways, we're not going to talk about my makeup either. We carpooled up there, John, Jeremiah, and I, and, we hit the ground running up there. We went to that event, and I'll get to exactly what happened in just a minute, but I have something really exciting to show you guys first. Guess what came today? We have, oh, they're backwards. We have stickers. Can't read them because they're backwards, but that's all right. Those stickers everybody's been wanting and waiting for, they're here. So go ahead and message our admin. He's our tech guy too. He'll be handling the shipping on all of these to those that want one. Please remember on that though, those that contributed to donations for these get first pick. All right. As of right now, we have 1,000. Right, Randy? Yeah. We have 1,000 stickers. That's almost enough for everybody. We'll be making another order sometime this week. All right. So next, I know that earlier this week, maybe it was last week. I'm very tired right now. I made a post about something that happened at the library that was just really weird. Dude watching me and pointing his phone at me, and then my phone going all crappy and wonky. Yeah, I'm not real big into conspiracy theories, but at the same time, I have no intention of being victimized again. Some of you had expressed concerns, said that I needed to make sure to arm myself and be ready to protect myself. All right, so I want you guys to know, I listened. I had every intention of listening, but I did it. I got it. All right. So no more worries about any weird crap happening. All right, so those things being said, let's get to what happened today at Eastern Washington University. All right, so Bob Ferguson, our lovely Attorney General, he was there. All right. Now, again, I don't know all the rules regarding political crap. All right, that's what I'm really down on politics and government in general. You know, I know we need government. I'm not an anarchist, so don't get me twisted. But politicians suck. Plain and simple, they do. All right, so that's why I referred to it as political crap. Just, anyways, I am currently looking for. That's not it. If you guys give me one moment, I will get to exactly what happened at Eastern Washington University. I am so, I'm really excited, but one moment, please. Where is my... John and Jeremiah heard that a lot today. Where is my such and such? Where is my such and such? Where are my keys? Where is my phone? Where is my wallet? They heard that all day long. Hey, Randy? Can you help me find my such and such?
No.
No?
I don't know anything by such and such.
My 2 little blue note cards with the questions on them. I don't know if they fell out of my bag in the truck. Or... Pardon?
I unzipped it when I took the Advil.
Yeah, I know, but... Okay. I can't... Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. I was looking for my question cards. We were told there would be a question and answer session, a short half-hour one, after a short half-hour PowerPoint presentation by Mr. Ferguson. Ah, there they are. See, I didn't lose them. They're right here. Oh, okay. It's been a long day. So I did end up taking notes on his PowerPoint presentation. To get to know him a little bit, you know, figure out where his soft spots are, so to speak. Okay? Mr. Ferguson divided up 30 minutes of presentation time between 3 major topics. Okay? And I'm not going to give you a lecture about every word he said. Okay? Because every word he said, it was hard for me to listen to and not open my mouth. So he was very, very proud of his 32 lawsuits against Trump and the Trump Federation in the last 2 years. Very proud of them. So proud of them, he spent roughly 10-15 minutes talking about how awesome he is and how proud he is of those accomplishments. So he spent a large portion of time talking about how one major point that he made, and we have video of almost his entire presentation, by the way. So if there's need for fact checking by any of you, let myself or Jeremiah know. Jeremiah took video as well as me. He stated that the reason he stated as an explanation for why so many lawsuits against the Trump administration, his explanation was because the Trump administration needs to stop making and signing executive orders that are, quote, unconstitutional, end quote. I found that extremely interesting, considering what our state is currently dealing with. I'm sure you guys would find that interesting too. He also spoke very, very, very highly of himself and his skills and his abilities. He spent a few moments going over processes of political law, processes of how to start a lawsuit, or when you can start a lawsuit against the president. Oh, my baby's toy is going off. The title of his presentation was, in fact, Challenging the President. He was very very confident. He was very boisterous. He made a lot of jokes that I didn't find funny, but he seemed to find very funny. So that's basically that. Yeah, see, I took notes. 1 page. All right, so let's get to the fun part, or what I think is the fun part. And I think it's the fun part because it ended up resulting in me personally receiving this card. Don't know if y'all can read it. From Rudy, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Almeida, the law enforcement liaison to the Attorney General of Washington. It has his email and his cell phone number. And I was told very, very firmly, this is after the presentation was over. I'd already asked my question, and he'd already avoided answering it. That's you guys will see. We'll post the video in the next day or two. I'm just really, really, really tired, and I don't want to post a full hour-long video just to hear a question. Long and short of it is, yesterday, the reason I didn't get much sleep is because I was up literally until midnight researching bills that this man has requested and pushed for in the last 5 years. Okay, I'm going to go over this very quickly, very, very brief, because they all pertain to defining assault weapons. They all pertain to defining assault weapons, and there are many of them. And by his own statements in a newspaper article, I believe it was the Seattle Tribune or the Seattle Times. I have it, but it's on my phone, and I'm using my phone to make the video right now. So, he is quoted as saying, "The legislature refuses to pass these bills for reasons I cannot begin to understand." these bills that he's talking about that the legislature has been refusing to pass. Hi, Dad. All have to do with assault weapons and all of these horrible, horrible restrictions that, lo and behold, got passed in 1639 when it was sent to a vote of the people. Now, the other five bills, we have Senate Bill 50. It's okay. He's taking apart a computer. We have Senate Bill 5050 with its companion House Bill 1134. Thank you. Those two were not both of them. 5050 was introduced January 11th of 2017, and it was stalled. It did not move. House Bill 1134, also defining assault weapons. Now, please keep in mind, these bills, all five of them, were in the Washington State Legislature simultaneously. All five of them stalled. All five of the bills that I am about to list define assault weapons completely differently. In every one of the bills, the definition of assault weapon is different. Some of the definitions differ slightly. Some of them differ quite a lot. But they are all different. And this is what I was reading about last night when I was reading through these bills. House Bill 1134 was introduced January 12th of 2017. And it stalled. Okay? House Bill 1134 and Senate Bill 5050. Now, House Bill and Senate Bill, for those of you that might not know the difference, they are bills that run simultaneously in the state House and the state Senate that cover the same topic. But what we have here are two bills that are supposed to cover the same topic, but both bills have completely different definitions of assault weapon, but they're running the same time. All right? And then we have, this is what brings me to the question that I asked him. I thought all night long, and I did a lot of reading to put my question together. And then this morning, once we got to Cheney, that's when I finalized my phrasing. Senate Bill 5444, that is the bill that I questioned him about. And the reason I chose that, and you can go on the Washington State Legislature page and look up Senate Bill 5444. That's 5444. And the reason I questioned him about that bill, and the exact phrasing of the question that I posed to Attorney General Ferguson was, please explain the evolution of Senate Bill number 5444, where there was no mention of the state as being an authorized entity to approve or deny firearm applications. Where did the state addition come from? What purpose does it serve? And who exactly does the state refer to in 1639? That was the question I posed to Mr. Ferguson. And his response, first, he denied knowing anything about Senate Bill 5444. And I stood there, and as he was saying, I'm not sure which bill you are referring to. And so I again repeated Senate Bill 5444. And he was dumbfounded. And I informed him that it had his name on it, and he endorsed it, and he pushed it back in 2017. To which I believe his exact response, and I believe his exact response. I believe. I'm very tired. But his response was to say, oh, well, many, many, many bills come through our office. But he didn't even bother looking at me. He turned towards the crowd. Now, you'll see in the video, the microphones were off to the side. And usually when someone is answering a question of somebody else, they look at that person, correct? Yeah, body language, not so much. But after he made that statement, I said, sir, my question is about how that bill evolved into 1639. Now, the reason I say 5444 evolved into 1639 is because 5444 and my husband, Randy Grossman, went over all of these amendments with me to double check and fact check. 5444, I have here the page that lists all the areas that 1639 amends. 5444 has the exact same sections amended. The exact same ones. 100% the same. All right? Much of the verbiage in the bill, 5444, is the same, with 3 differences that I've been able to locate so far. Difference number 1, its definition of assault rifle. 5444's definition of assault rifle is much, much, much broader scoped. Much broader scoped. And it's not assault rifle. I apologize. My bad. Wrong word. It defines assault weapon. Certain pistols were included in the definition of assault weapon. Okay? Now, the second thing is the definition of safe gun storage. In 5444, now remember, these are bills, Senate bill and House bill, they don't go to the people. These are things that they're trying to push through the legislature without giving us any sort of vote at all. I don't like that. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like that at all. These are our constitutional rights, and they weren't even going to give us a say. He didn't even want to give us a say. Mr. Ferguson, shame on you. Talking about suing Trump because he does unconstitutional crap. Look in a mirror, dude. All right. Anyway, so back to 5444 and how it relates to 1639. The other major difference between 5444 and 1639 is the addition of the words "the state" in every section that mentions the background checks. Currently, in the RCWs, the only ones authorized to do those background checks are law enforcement officers. Right here. All right. It's page 4 of 1639. All right. Well, I got to read little part of page 3. Has to do with the dealer not being allowed to release the firearm to an individual. Okay. That's why I'm so stuck on this. That's why I asked this question, because I want to know who thought it was going to be a good idea to give the state this kind of power over our constitutional right to bear arms, over our right to protect ourselves. I'm a little bit fired up. Sorry, guys. So, until the dealer is notified this is Section 3, subsection B of 1639. It's pretty standard language right now. The dealer is notified in writing by 1, the chief of police or the sheriff of the jurisdiction in which the purchaser resides, that the purchaser is eligible to possess a pistol under RCW 9.41.040, and that the application to purchase, keywords, to purchase, is approved by the chief of police or sheriff or the state, that the purchaser is eligible to possess a firearm under RCW 9.41.040 as provided in subsection 3B of this section, or the state, The application to purchase is approved by the chief of police or sheriff, and that's where the standard language ends, and the amendment to 1639, or the state. So my question had 3 parts to it. Please explain the evolution of the bill 5444, i.e., please tell me how the process occurred, and where did the addition of the state as an entity to authorized to approve or deny firearm applications come from? What purpose does the state have in approving firearm applications? I can't think of a single purpose there. And who exactly does the state refer to? Does the state refer to Attorney General Bob Ferguson? Is he the one that gets to make that call? Is it our governor, Jay Inslee? Is he the one that gets to make that call? And if so, if it's just 1 or 2 really, really high up, who is going to review all those background checks? Because it's not going to be the governor. If he's the one that finalizes them and approves them, it's not going to be the governor reviewing them. Who's going to be seeing our mental health records? Who's going to be seeing what medications we're taking? I don't know, but when we sign an application for a firearm, guess what? We sign away our right to confidentiality under this law. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Mr. Ferguson's reaction was first to claim ignorance. All right, first he claimed ignorance. Then he tried to redirect. And I didn't let him redirect. You'll see it in the video. I didn't let him redirect. Then he informed me. This is how I came to get that handy little business card. He informed me that he would be more than happy if I would email my question to him to have his team look into what I was alleging. I don't know if he used those exact words, but that he would have his team look into my question and get back to me. To which my response was, well, I actually happen to have a copy of the bill in question with me. I can show you exactly what I'm referring to by the state. He claimed he had no idea that any reference to the state was in 1639 at all. But this is the gun control he's been pushing for years. This is the gun control that multiple interviews and multiple articles have quoted him in anger, lashing out at our state legislature. And yet he claims, oh, I'm not sure what you mean by the state. I don't know where that comes from. Mr. Ferguson, come on now. You're the Attorney General. You got to be more educated than that. So, that's the question I posed. That was the response I got. And so I offered to show him on my copy of the bill after his presentation. And he said, absolutely. So After the rest of the questions happened, I think there was only 3 or 4. Oh yeah, by the way, they cut the question and answer session short. I think John said it was by about 15 minutes. So once they wrapped that up, I pulled out my copy of 1639 and I pulled out my notes that had my references to 5444. And I walked up to that podium and I said, "Hi." And he says, "Oh, hi. What you know, and I said, I had the question about 5444. And oh yes. And as I started thumbing through the pages of 1639 to get to the first reference area of the state. Now, mind you, my copy of this, and I'm telling you guys all this to show exactly what our Attorney General is like. My copy is the copy with my notes. It's a copy with my notes. I got from this page, page 1, page 2, I got this far, right here. This is page 3. The first reference to the state having any authority in who gets to have a gun and who doesn't is on page 4 at the very top. I got to page 3 and he brushed me off and I got to meet his law enforcement liaison. Okay? His law enforcement liaison and the Attorney General both very, very hurriedly and very, very much not wanting to speak to me because they stayed and talked to other members of our group for several minutes after they brushed me off. But with a question like that, I can't say I blame them, honestly. My son just gave me a cake bite. But this little card right here, I was told that I could call this cell phone number anytime, day or night, and get a hold of, I guess I should just call him Rudy. Myself, personally, I could get a hold of him personally and ask questions, and that I could email my questions and they would to this email address. Any questions I have, any questions I want, and any information and notes that I have. He seemed to be interested in my information. Now, while I was talking to them and they were trying to give me the brush off, John and Darren walked up behind me and I turned around and said hello, and Mr. Rudy, law enforcement liaison, asked me if is this your team? Not sure what he meant by team. To me, they just looked like buddies. Friends. Right? So, hey, not on camera, dude. Don't mess up my hair. That was my son. He thinks he's funny. So, yeah. That was my experience with Mr. Ferguson today. I don't know if that puts me on his radar or not, but this little card and that email address and that cell phone number could end up being an asset. I'm not looking at it as a paranoid negative thing. Oh my gosh, they're going to be watching me now. Oh my gosh, they're going to take all my ideas and they're going to twist them and they're going to slam me. Because you know what? Here's the deal. I don't care if they've got mud, if they want to sling mud. I don't care if they look into my life. I don't care if they threaten me. I don't care about any of it. You know why? Because they're wrong. And I have nothing to be ashamed of or hide. I'm very open about every aspect of my life. I don't care. It don't bother me. I ain't gonna give anybody else's names out. And I've stood up to way scarier. Was it hard to stand up there and look our Attorney General in the face and ask him a question that challenges him like that? It was. But here's the deal, guys. No major change was ever made without a challenge to those in authority. Okay? That was an action step. I took action. Don't know what the reaction is going to be. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's just common sense. So, don't know yet what the reaction is going to be. I don't believe I gave him my first name. I don't believe he asked. I don't remember really. But yeah, that's what happened at EWU. Basically, to recap his entire presentation, the dude is stuck on himself. He wants what he wants when he wants because he's the best. And everybody should know he's the best. And he deserves to be the best. Okay. Darren was standing with a microphone in his hand, ready to ask a question, when they took the microphone from him and ended the question and answer session. John was getting ready to stand up and walk to the microphone on the other side of the room, because they had two of them set up on either side, when they ended the question and answer session. So, some questions, none of our questions got answered today. But Bob Ferguson has been pushing bill after bill after bill after bill after bill. He openly admits, there are several articles and interviews in which he openly admits that he's been pushing gun control for years and is angry with our state legislature for not passing it. Bill number 5444 stalled and did not pass in the legislature because our representatives said it was unconstitutional. They said it was unconstitutional. Yet, 1639, which is very, 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 very similar in verbiage and in restrictions and identical in amendments as 5444, was forced through, shoved down our throats through deceitful means on the petition to get it on the ballot. All right, the Washington State Supreme Court, I haven't completely finished that case, but I did read their first couple of decisions. Washington State Supreme Court agreed with the Thurston County judge that the print on the petitions was not legible. It was not the proper font. It was not the proper size to be legible by the average person with 20/20 vision, because the judge tried to read it and couldn't even read it himself. The Supreme Court upheld that part, but they still forced it through. I'm going to let you guys sit with that for a while, digest it, mull it over, fact check me. Please, 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 fact check me. If I have made mistakes, or if I have mistakenly quoted anybody, please let me know, and I will immediately rectify it. Because I don't believe in misinformation. I hate misinformation. But I don't know everything. Not perfect. Please, if you guys are so inclined, fact check me. Go to the Washington State Legislature page. Look up Senate Bill 5444. Look up House Bill 1387, which was the companion to the Senate bill. Take those two and compare their definition of assault weapon to the definition of assault rifle in 1639. All right? Compare the verbiage. Nowhere in those bills does it make any mention of the state as an entity that has the authority to approve or deny applications. 1639, that's a new edition, which means that edition was put in there after those other bills failed, and then this petition was shoved through as a public safety measure. This has to stop. It must stop. They are taking our rights away. They're lying to us. They're deceiving us. And they're making grabs for power that they hope that we will overlook by slipping in a few words here and there to amend a law. They're using distractive and diversive tactics. Oh, it's a public safety measure. Assault rifle, assault rifle, assault rifle. Oh, but we're going to go over here and we're going to add ourselves so we get to decide if you get guns or not. That's the sort of crap that they pulled with this. I'm still working on writing my repealment bill. I'm not going to let you guys down on that. I will not stop. I don't think I'm going to have it done before the legislative session to get it in front of the legislature. But I will have it done in plenty of time to make it an initiative to the people, in which Washington State voters will have the opportunity to sign another petition, a real petition, a legit petition, to get my bill on the ballot. Okay? And when that bill gets on the ballot, not if, but when, because it will, I'm almost positive it'll get on there. When it gets on the ballot, by that time we will have educated voters. We will have had time to register voters. We need to get voting in Eastern Washington. We need to get 85% or higher people who are voting age and registered voters to vote. They gotta go vote against this crap. Otherwise, we're gonna keep losing to Seattle. Seattle's the one that wants gun control, not us. We gotta get our peers, our co-workers, our friends, our family. We gotta get them. They're all disillusioned and they're all sour and bitter about the voting process. We've gotta give them new fire. And if I can't get this done before the legislature, then I will get it done as an initiative to the people, and we will have until July. All right? 300,000 signatures is not that hard to get in 6 months or more. With the way we're spread all across the state and all the other Second Amendment groups out there, all across the state, we should be able to get 300,000 signatures no time flat once this hits and gets put on a petition. That's my intent. That's my intent for this page. That's my intent for this group. Is that we will get our bill. I call it mine, but that's just because I'm writing it. I am writing a bill to repeal and amend this crap, 1639, to what you guys are telling me you want. What your input is. All right? It will truly be an initiative by the people, of the people, and for the people, which is how our government was meant to be. we're taking it back. Bob Ferguson, we're taking it back. Jay Inslee, Cantwell, Murray, Eric Swalwell. Hope I said that name right. All of you guys that are trying to take our rights and everything that this country was founded on, everything that our ancestors and our current veterans went to war for. Everything that our own government sends our soldiers over to die to try to force on other countries. But they will not allow it here. We're taking it all back. So, guys, thanks for listening. I'm fired up. I'm passionate. I'll post that video. It's no big secret. I mean, it was held at EW campus in front of 240 other people. There was a campus cameraman there. It's probably going to be on the campus news or something for the political science department. But that's the end of my announcements today, of my updates. I really got to get some rest. And I got to spend some time with my family. I've been working really hard. So, for tonight, I'm going to say goodnight. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to post them in a comment, PM me. You know, share this video. I encourage you to share this video. You can share it by copying and pasting the link. Share this video. We need to get the word out about what our little tiny group, comparatively, is trying to accomplish. We need to unite together with the other groups. Together we can do this. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching me. Let me know what you think of let me know what you think of everything. Tell me what you think gun control should be. Have questions, ask me. I don't know everything, but if I don't know the answer, I will work dang hard to find it out. And that's a promise. Good night, guys. Have a good weekend.